Hello friends and welcome to my YouTube channel. So in the previous video lecture we have discussed about cell and cell theory. In this video lecture we are going to discuss about prokaryotic and eukaryotic cell. So in the previous lecture I discussed that cell is differentiated or categorized into two types, prokaryotic and eukaryotic cell. So in this video lecture we are going to discuss about both those prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells. So, with the help of bacteria, we are going to discuss about two prokaryotic cells. As I have already told that bacteria and blue-green algae cyanobacteria are the examples of prokaryotic cell. So first we will discuss about the structure of prokaryotic cells, and in this structure we will also discuss about the characteristics of prokaryotic cells. So the cells of bacteria are smaller than eukaryotic cells. It means prokaryotic cells are smaller than eukaryotic cells. The cell wall of bacteria is made up of complex structure of polysaccharide called peptidoglycan. We know that the bacteria or prokaryotic cell is also covered along with cell membrane is also covered with a different covering that is called as cell wall, which is made up of peptidoglycan. However, the chemical components of the cell wall in bacteria is not constant. We can't say that all the bacterial cell are made up of only peptidoglycan. The differences in the chemical composition of the cell wall have played an important role in identifying the bacteria as gram-positive or gram-negative bacteria. So it means there is difference between the bacterial cell wall composition, chemical composition. Some bacterial cell wall may contain peptidoglycan, some bacterial cell wall may contain peptidoglycan plus other compounds also. And depending on these are distinguished in two types. One is gram-positive bacteria and another one is gram-negative bacteria. The gram-negative bacterium has some other cell wall components like lipopolysaccharides and lipoprotein complex in addition to peptidoglycan. So gram-negative bacteria contains peptidoglycan plus lipopolysaccharide and lipoprotein complex. The cell membrane in bacteria is folded inwards to form a structure called mesosomes. So after cell wall there is cell membrane in prokaryotes. So the cell membrane is inward folded. It means to the cytoplasm side there is inward folding of the cell membrane which forms a structure which is called as mesosomes. Okay, so this dense mass body like structure is called as mesosomes. Most of the bacterial lipids and proteins are located in mesosomes only. So mesosomes contains different types of proteins and lipids. So here you can see in the diagram that there is this is the example of prokaryotic cell, example of bacteria. So in this there is presence of cell wall which is made up of peptidoglycan, and in gram-negative bacteria it also contains lipopolysaccharide and lipoprotein complex. After that cell wall there is presence of cell membrane in the prokaryotic cell, and the cell membrane is folded inwards to form a mesosomes, a dense body called as mesosomes. Now the DNA is folded back many times in the nucleus. So you can see in the prokaryote there is a structure called as nucleoid. This blue color structure is called as nucleoid. It contains DNA which is multiple times folded and forms a dense body which is called as nucleoid. This single last DNA molecule is present without any association with protein. Remember that the DNA molecule that is present in the prokaryotic cell is not associated with any type of protein. Some bacterial species have a small circular DNA which is also called as plasmids in addition to their genomic DNA. So in the nucleoid there is genomic DNA, but uh, externally to this genomic DNA there is presence of certain DNA which is circular in form, which is extra chromosomal and have a self-replicating capacity. So maybe at that place there is a circular DNA that is present which is also called as which is termed as plasmid. Okay, so it's a circular DNA, it's an extra chromosomal DNA which is termed as plasmid. By staining certain cells of bacteria with Fuelgen reagent, this reagent is especially used for staining DNA. We have found that there is centrally located nuclear material is found, showing that prokaryotic cells also have a nucleus-like structure which is called as nucleoid at the center of the cell. So when we stain the bacteria with Fuelgen reaction, what we have found that there is a presence of DNA in the center of the prokaryotic cell which is called as nucleoid. Now, as we have discussed about plasmid, that these are extra chromosomal circular DNA. So what is the importance of these plasmids? These plasmid DNAs are responsible for coding the characters resistant to antibiotics and other toxic materials. These are now regarded as the most important tool in the recombinant DNA technology and genetic engineering. So these plasmids have playing an important role in prokaryotic cells. For example, what they play, that they code certain chemicals or certain materials which helps the bacteria to get resistant power against certain types of antibiotics and toxic material which can kill them. Okay, and now these plasmids have got an important role in recombinant DNA technology and genetic engineering. So you must have known about vectors, different types of vectors that are used in recombinant DNA technology and genetic engineering. One of them is plasmid. Now, some prokaryotic cells like cyanobacteria, which is also called as blue-green algae, and photosynthesizing bacteria contain plastids in their cytoplasm. You must be knowing that the plastids are the important organelles that helps in photosynthesis. So, certain blue-green algae bacteria or cyanobacteria, which are also called as cyanobacteria, and photosynthesizing bacteria also have plastid, so they can synthesize their own food. Some bacterial cells have flagella, which are different from that of eukaryotic cells, and flagella are locomotory organs which are present in prokaryotic cells, but they are different from eukaryotic cells. Many of the eukaryotic cells also contain flagella, but these flagella are different from prokaryotic cells flagellas. And there is presence of large number of ribosomes are present in the cytoplasm. So this is a similarity between eukaryotic and prokaryotic cells, that eukaryotic cells also contain ribosomes, prokaryotic cells also contain ribosomes, which are also called as protein factory, right? So in the cytoplasm there are large number of ribosomes are present in the cytoplasm, which are arranged in a chain form, and that ribosomes are also called as polyribosomes in the prokaryotic cell. Now we have discussed about the prokaryotic cell, what are the characteristics of prokaryotic cell and what is the structure of prokaryotic cell. Now let us focus our attention to eukaryotic cells. Now algae, fungi, protozoa and plants and animals are the examples of eukaryotic cells. These cells differ from prokaryotic cells in having a distinct membrane bound nucleus. So as I told you, that in prokaryotic cell there is no as such nuclear membrane, right? So there is presence of nucleoid, but it is not bounded with a distinct nuclear membrane. But in eukaryotic cells there is a presence of distinct membrane bound nucleus. It means there is presence of a distinct nuclear membrane, and this is one of the most important distinguishing feature of eukaryotic cells from prokaryotic cells. Now eukaryotic cells have got plant and animal cells. So plant and animal cells also differ in certain characteristics. For example, plant cells have a cell wall and plastids which are not at all found in animal cells. Okay, so plant cells are covered with cell wall, but animal cells are not covered with cell wall, and they do not got plastids. The eukaryotic cell is a complex structure with self-controlled system of generating energy, transportation of necessary materials for its metabolic activity, and also with an autolytic self-destructing process. So in the previous video we had discussed that eukaryotic cells contain membrane bound cell organelles. So the membrane bound cell organelles are going to help these eukaryotic cells in carrying out different types of functions which are needed for the survival of organism. For example, self-controlled system of generating energy. So energy generation is the function of mitochondria, which is a membrane bound cell organelle present in the eukaryotic cell. Now transportation of necessary materials for its metabolic activities, Golgi apparatus, endoplasmic reticulum, all these organelles helps in the transportation and synthesis of different types of metabolic activities respectively. And autolytic self-destruction process. Obviously eukaryotic cells, if they perform a lot of function, there should be a cleaning mechanism which clean wastage of the metabolic processes. So it has got self-destruction process also with the help of lysosomes. The eukaryotic nucleus is bounded by two phospholipid containing membranes, which is called as nuclear membrane. Okay, so nuclear membrane is a double membrane structure. Okay, it has got two membrane, one is outer membrane and another one is inner membrane. So you can see in the diagram, in the eukaryote there is presence of mitochondria, there is presence of membrane bound enclosed nucleus, that is there is presence of two layered nuclear membrane. Okay, and different types of cell organelles are also present. Okay, so this is about the eukaryotic cells. Now let us focus our attention on comparison between prokaryotic cells, plant cells and animal cells. Okay, so prokaryotic cells are a broad category of cell, and plants and animal cells come under eukaryotic cell. Okay, so prokaryotic cells, cell membrane is present, cell membrane in plant cells also cell membrane is present, and in animal cells also cell membrane is present. It is a boundary which distinct the cell from the external environment. Okay, so it should be present in these three types of cells. Now in prokaryotic cells, cell wall is present, which is made up of peptidoglycan, and in gram-negative bacteria it is made up of peptidoglycan plus lipopolysaccharide and lipoprotein. And in plant cells there is presence of cell wall, but in animal cells cell wall is totally absent. So this is a difference between plant cell and animal cell. Nuclear membrane is absent in the prokaryotic cell. Nuclear membrane is present in both the eukaryotic cell. Chromosome is composed of nucleic acid only. So in prokaryotic cell the chromosome is composed of nucleic acid only, but in plant cell and in animal cell chromosome is composed of nucleic acid plus proteins, which are named as histone proteins in both plant and animal cells. Mitochondria and endoplasmic reticulum and other membrane-bound cell organelles such as Golgi complex, lysosomes are absent in prokaryotic cells, but they are present in plant and animal cells. So these are a characteristic feature of eukaryotic cells which distinguish them from prokaryotic cells. Nucleolus is absent. Nucleolus is present in both the eukaryotic cell, but it is absent in prokaryotic cell. Centriole is absent in prokaryotic cell. Centriole is usually absent in plant cell, but centriole is present in animal cell. Microtubules or microfilaments are absent in prokaryotic cells. Microtubules and microfilaments are present in plant and animal cell, which form the skeleton of the eukaryotic cell. So this is all about the prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells, and we have also compared both these types of cells. I hope you have understood about prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells. In the next lecture, we will discuss about function of the cell. So I hope you like these videos. So if you like this video, please like, share and subscribe to our channel for further updates and for further knowledge in biology. Thank you for your patience listening. Thank you for watching my channel. Thank you.